Hello collective, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is going to be a Virgo reading, so you can be a cross watcher for Virgo. This could be a placement in your charts. It could be low vibrational, high vibrational Virgo. Welcome back to Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. This is a general reading. Anything about this reading, Virgo, may not resonate with you. There's so many Virgos in the world. Low vibrational, high vibrational. Alright? So only take what resonates. It could be past, present, or future energy. This could be some things that may just be clarity for you. It could be things you already know about, possibly already went on. It could be something possibly already going on. Alright? This may be a little more insight to that. It could be something moving forward, depending on what you're manifesting. Only you know your testimony. Only you know your timeline. Alright? So only take what resonates. You could be a cross watcher, like I said, for Virgo. So it could also be a placement in someone's chart. Okay? Keep in mind, this could be, like I said, low vibrational, high vibrational. Okay? This could be something at a time somebody was in their south node, or there is somebody, Virgo wise, that may be in their south node in this reading. Alright? So if it doesn't resonate with you, let it go. Okay? This, you know what I'm saying? The whole entire reading may not resonate with you. Okay? But I only want one card. I know more than one may come out, but I just want one. Make sure you are doing your return to senders if you have not done so already. Okay? Call on Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron to do that. Messages for Virgo. Give me one card for Virgo. Current energy, overall energy. Messages for Virgo. What's going on with Virgo? Overall energy. Messages for Virgo. Give me one card. Give me one card for Virgo. Give me one card for Virgo. What is my Virgos need to know? Virgo. What I said. Somebody want to know your ring size. Well, we're not going to keep it. Somebody want to know your ring size. That's for someone. May not be for everybody. Man or woman. Somebody wants to know your ring size. It came out again. Somebody want to know your ring size. But it's, some of the words on it kind of faded. So, but yeah, somebody want to know your ring size, Virgo. Or you want to know somebody's ring size. Next card wants to come in to take you off focus of what you're doing. It came out in reverse. So this could be somebody that knows that they can't, or they tried it already. It came out in reverse. Somebody wants to. They want to. Don't mean that they will. Alright? They may be deciding against that, but it's a, by being in reverse, it could be somebody that wants to do it, but they, by being in reverse, it could be something that they decided against doing, or there's something that they actually not, in their presence, coming back around is not that intention to do that. Or maybe that's something that they don't want you to think that that's what they coming around to do. All right. It may have been a thing of the past. It may have been something they felt like, they wanted to do at a time of being desperate or something like that. Or just, kind of being closed off or feeling like, they didn't have any access to you or didn't feel you in the energy anymore or something like that. They could have decided against this or to be in reverse. Messages for Virgo. Overall overall energy messages for Virgo. It's too many messages for Virgo. See what the bottom of this tarot says. The Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Wands in reverse. Messages for Virgo. Somebody could feel like, you know, because you done mastered yourself, Eight of Pentacles, like that you know, they may feel like, you know, there's no way for them really to have, or somebody, you know, didn't have some type of trust, you know, in another person or something like that. Kind of sound like my Capricorn reading on my other page, Intuitive Tarot. Like, it sound like that Capricorn reading. Alright. Messages for Virgo. Give me one more on this message. Messages for Virgo. Give me one more. Overall energy. I'm telling you, this the third time this card came out. It came out with another one now, but shit, yes, it's right behind it. Spirit said that's the truth. Shit. But it tried to come out twice. This is the third time, so I'm going to keep it. There's a distorted masculine that's dealing with some backfire spell work, some backfire death rituals. Distorted masculine due to backfire death rituals. Like somebody done, you know, tried to do some type of, call some type of ending or wanted something, you know what I'm saying? But yes is out here. So if you have a question at this time, possibly also yes can be concerning, you know, something that you may have needed yes or no answer to, something that you may have needed some clarity on prior to this reading, may not have anything to do with this reading. All right. But yes is out here. All right. You got Taurus feminine at the top of the deck. You know what I'm saying? Could be it's in reverse. You know what I'm saying? It's laying upside down, but could be a low vibrational Taurus femme involved or Taurus masculine. But we're gonna clarify and see because I feel like somebody. I'm telling you, this is the third time that card and came out. Like it came out with some other cards that, you know, I just really wanted one more card, but apparently wasn't. Universe ain't gonna give me one more card if it's meant to come out with some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make it as short as possible. But yeah, but yes came out. So, and somebody, while this is in reverse, as far as them coming back around to like take you off your focus of what you're doing. Like they may have tried this already, it didn't work for it to be in reverse. Or this is something, you know, they wanted to do. They kind of, you know, may be in their head having some mixed emotions about doing that. And they could be keeping it close to their chest as well, you know, because they can't get the answers they need or they don't know exactly, you know, what they can do. Page of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody see you working hard. They see you done, you know, went through an ascension with the Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So, we're going to shuffle one time and go ahead and clarify because I feel like somebody, you know, done did a whole bunch of shit that they done been warned about and now something got their ass, you know, in a bad situation now where whatever it is they wanted, you know, you to be like, it's got them like that now. But this is from something like being reversed, like something being sent back to somebody. You could have cleared this person out your energy. Call for your energy back from this person. Protection from this person. Like, yeah. Clarify wants to know your ring size. Got the Sun, Leo energy. With the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I could be talking to a healer, a homebody, great family financial provider. Could be a single parent, mom, dad. Even if your kids are older, don't matter. You could be a single parent, like somebody's, practical thinker. Could be a homebody, you know what I'm saying, an introvert. Like you could work from home and, work outside of the home as well. Or you could just work from home and be a homebody. You know what I'm saying? That's your choice. Could be a homemaker too, but, somebody very organized, sociable, very social, conscious. Like you know how to get through to people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What's the Sun? Wants to know your ring size. Yeah, it's an Emperor. They want to know your ring size. Could be an Aries. Don't have to be. Could be any earth sign. I mean, any fire sign. But this is like, somebody possibly, seeing happiness with you. They seeing you as somebody that make them happy, or they see happiness with you, whoever this fire sign is. Yeah, it makes somebody happy, and they seeing you as somebody that makes them happy. Somebody's third eye could have been blocked, could have been clouded, could have been, like I see it, messed up, at a time about you, but it's, the fact that somebody may have overly indulged in some shit that really just got them feeling like an underachievement now, especially when it came to what they were possibly trying to do, wanted to do, was desiring to do, and wasn't taking the necessary actions, or they were not in a good headspace to do that. And this could be you as well, in this Emperor energy as well. But it's, someone that has, some very strong leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to them, knowing what they want and making sure they doing the right things, to get that, within, what I'm saying, spiritual law. Clarify wants to come around, wants to come to you to take you off focus of what you're doing. Wants to come in to take you off focus of what you're doing. Why is it in reverse? Messages for Virgo. Wants to come in. Yeah, what I said. Page of Swords. Told you, like, somebody, they curious. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know, who you doing it with. How you doing. What you working on, because this is about someone having creative ideas. You know what I'm saying? You may be keeping whatever it is you're working on or planning on doing, keeping it close to your chest. Like you may work from home, you may have another job as well. They may not know what their job is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe what you do from home is not something you do every day. You may do it from time to time. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to set your own schedule with that. But Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody, Virgo, I don't know if this is you looking into, what I'm saying, possibly going toward a air sign or something like that, but it's like somebody actually, curious. They want to know. Got the Hangman, the bottom of the deck. Somebody turning over a new leaf, gaining a new perspective on things, seeing something differently now. Um, this is somebody also going through like a spiritual development as well too. Got the the King of Swords with the Tower. Damn. Clarify the Page of Swords. Messages for Virgo. Yeah, you got the King of Wands in reverse. So now somebody dealing with, them feeling like somebody could have had a bad temper. at the time or something like that, or they, were feeling like off focus or just not dealing with whatever this is that they felt like, like if somebody was domineering, if somebody, abused their power, or they, used something that they thought, used their body, used their self, in a way to where they felt like, that was their way of being able to overpower you, or you thinking that that was going to have some type of pull. All right. Especially if somebody thought that they could come in and, like, if they feel like you with somebody else, they don't know if you, just not into them anymore or something like that. Whatever it is you working on when it comes to what you doing from work from home. They may know what you're doing for work from home. Um, don't have to be. But, or you don't know what somebody doing for work. It's the point of somebody actually, feeling like they a little, I would say a little pissed, but they could be, what I'm saying, just looking at how they don't have that control they used to have no more to come around, pop up when they get ready. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like somebody dealing with some problems, with them now. Like if it's something they dealing with in the past, maybe this was, them being too controlling. You know what I'm saying? Or using certain things to their advantage. Yeah, somebody got like a bad temper, especially when they can't um like find something out or get their way or something like that. You got the three of wands in reverse. Nine of wands in reverse with the ace of swords. Yeah, that's the truth. But like I said, yes, it's out here too. What's the page of swords with the king of wands in reverse? Clarify. Messages from Virgo. What's the ace of swords? Page of swords. What's the page of swords with the king of wands in reverse? Clarify the page of swords with the king of wands in reverse. Messages for Virgo. Page of swords with the king of wands in reverse. Clarify the page of swords with the king of wands in reverse. Eight of pentacles. Yeah, I'm telling you, they see that you working hard. I don't know if they you know what I'm saying, or they got somebody else doing it, but it's like somebody actually sees that you have ascended, like they see that you happy with what you're doing. This is like, satisfactory employment, like whatever it is, it's like happy employment, like you're happy to be doing what you're doing. They could see you enjoying yourself doing whatever it is you're doing, but it's like whatever ascension or whatever level of mastery you have gotten to with what you're doing, how long you've been doing it, um like you working on yourself or working on the project or whatever it is you've been doing it for a while. You may not feel like you've been doing it that long, maybe 2 years, maybe longer, you know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody sees you as somebody that is working hard on something, like you focus, you mastered, whatever it is that the skills you needed to obtain, like you've mastered that. Yeah, this is like skill accomplishment. Virgo energy. Got the ten of swords at the bottom of the deck with the world. Ace of pentacles in reverse. Ace of cups. So somebody, you may have closed out a cycle with whoever this is. Ten of swords, like they could be feeling, it could have been over betrayal. Don't have to be, or it could have, betrayal can be a lot of things, especially when it comes to, somebody actually not keeping their word. You know what I'm saying? They telling you one thing, they do something else. Especially behind your back. But when it comes to somebody actually, because the King of Wands talks about broken promises, you know what I'm saying? Somebody being off focus, they off they square. You know what I'm saying? Like this is somebody that also has, some ways about them to where they may, be manipulative in ways, when it comes to them trying to get their way. But like again, that shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You done mastered yourself. Or this is somebody, you know what I'm saying, that or there's somebody that don't know that you mastered, you know what I'm saying, yourself, but it's about mastery. This is about somebody working hard. You know what I'm saying? They happy with what they doing. Mm. I'm also getting somebody knows that another person, you know, they keeping what they working on or whatever they planning on, whatever you planning on, or whatever Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is working on. Like somebody keeping it close to their chest about maybe a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But it's like somebody actually, you know, got some things that they want to do. They want to, you know what I'm saying, could be discussing it with other people. Or this is something they asking themselves, you know, when it comes to some of the things they're curious about, you know, like wanting to know, you know, if that person is actually with somebody else, if they can do this, they can do that. You think this will work? Um, you think they'll still want this with me? You think they, you know, still feel this way? You think they still think, you know, I'm that domineering, you know what I'm saying? Forceful person, you know what I'm saying? And it's like somebody know they can't come in and be that way because you mastered yourself. You know what I'm saying? Or you seen that somebody has mastered themselves. Because at this point, it's like something, you know, has got to be accepted that it's an ending. With this Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck with the world, like something has to end in order for something new to begin. You know what I'm saying? Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Messages for Virgo. What's the Eight of Pentacles? What's the Eight of Pentacles? Give me one on the Eight of Pentacles. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles. What's the King of Wands in reverse by itself? Clarify the King of Wands in reverse by itself. Messages for Virgo. What's the King of Wands in reverse by itself? What's that about? What's the King of Wands in reverse by itself about? Two of Swords in reverse. Libra energy. With the Star in reverse at the bottom of the deck. I feel like somebody don't want to be, you know, indecisive anymore. Because it's like somebody, they know, I don't know if somebody realized that they caused, you know, some things to be the way it is. Like if somebody wondering, if you were wondering, if somebody wondering that wondering about, or they happen to be curious about something, you know, that they ain't got no answers in. I feel like somebody put themselves in that situation. Cause it's like how some folks say, um, let me give you an example. I don't like when people ask me about somebody that I know both of us know. Both of us probably even talk to that person from time to time. But if you asking me more about that person, it's giving me whether you don't talk to that person anymore or they don't talk to you. Something that happened between you and that person where you gotta ask me about them when they not around. Because whatever it is you ask me about them, they can answer that better than me. because that question, that information is something that you want about them. It's better given from the person that it's about. I don't like giving somebody information about another person. This is tarot, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't something I'm saying here I can't say in front of other people. You know what I'm saying? Some people won't, recant something that they said, especially if they don't have a whole lot of facts, or they just said it at a time because it was something they heard somebody else say. So it's good to not, reiterate something that you don't have, the backstory on, especially if somebody asking another person. But with this curiosity, card out here with this page of swords, it's like somebody actually may be working on some things, that you may be keeping close to your chest. It could be something that a past person is working on, Virgo. They keeping something to themselves, whatever it is that somebody's working on. But you could be curious about what that person working on. You know what I'm saying? What they planning on doing next? They doing this? What they plans to do? When they get done with that, like what can I come in and say or do? But it's like somebody know what they can't do. They know what they can't do. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, it's like somebody having to, get past them not having that information that they need. And it's like with the storm reverse at the bottom of the deck, this is somebody that's dealing with a creative block. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if somebody dealing with a low vibrational air sign as a third party situation, don't have to be, or somebody got air in their chart. But it's like somebody could be, dealing with the fact that somebody don't have the creativity somebody else has. Somebody could be dealing with somebody like that. I don't know if somebody got an air sign, got air in their chart, and they dealing with an air sign, a low vibrational air sign at that. Yeah, because somebody can't see shit, but they, especially like if somebody trying to act like they ain't watching another person, they are. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Like somebody definitely watching another damn person. They just trying to act like they ain't studying the shit, or they ain't curious, or they don't give. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a hoot, but they do. They do give a hoot. Okay. But at this point, it's like somebody maybe have gotten too much information at one time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is falling in their lap that they may not even know what to do with. It's like a spell being broken. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a whole bunch of shit, you know what I'm saying, come out all at one time. Especially if it's something that somebody kept in, or, Because somebody could have just been focusing in on the negative, about something. Or they feel like you are. Or somebody may feel like somebody going to be focusing on the negative, or they were focusing on the negative. Like if somebody was talking about another person in a negative way based on what they do for work, like whatever it is, like you could do tarot, just using it as an example. Somebody may be telling another person, or an emperor, or they've been telling you, oh, that person do tarot, they into this, or they about that, you can't trust them, that person, they do this, they into that. Mm. For anybody I done dealt with, even people that I really didn't even know at all, would say something to them, talk to them about something, or they'll bring something up, we'll be talking about something. I'll see them days or a week later or something like that, or the next day, and they'll tell me, like, hey, you must have, I know you don't probably know about this, but how did you know? Or sometimes some people I done said something to, or had conversations with, or just brought something up. And when I do it, like I said, and I say it again because it's true, most of the time, the things that I bring up with people, or the response I give some people, is unexpected because it's something they ain't telling me. It's like when you got kids and you have to read your baby's mind because they crying, they agitated. You don't know what it is. You got, as a mother or father, you got to figure it out. When you by yourself, you alone with them, you got to figure that shit out. So it tests your and challenges your intuition, your discernment of what you think is wrong with that child, what you think is wrong with your fur baby. You know what I'm saying? When they behaving differently. You know what I'm saying? They're responding to something differently. Or they're not responding at all. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure that shit out. You have to read their mind, literally. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. Use your discernment. But at this point, it's like, somebody possibly got a whole bunch of information all at one time and didn't know what to do with it. Especially if somebody told them, or they, had somebody, what I'm saying, that was telling them things that kind of put them in a situation where they didn't know what to think, or they didn't know what decision to make. You know what I'm saying, about something. Especially if it, caused them to be disloyal about something or towards someone. Especially if you confided in somebody. Yeah. Because somebody could have even told somebody something that you went into or you did, and they went and told that person and they start doing it. You know how somebody call you, and I'm telling you, it irks me still to this day when somebody call me like, "What you doing? What you been up to? What the fuck do you want? What do you want? Who needs to know that? What are you gonna do with that when I take that kind of thing? Like it, because when you talking to somebody genuine, just like if you was talking to somebody at an interview, and they asking you, okay, so what do you think, you can see yourself doing outside of this job that may, what experience have you had that says you have, you can fulfill the obligations here with this position, with these duties and things like that. They have your application, yes. But if what you put on here aligns with what you're saying, then I know what you put on here, it's not something you just made up just to, get a job, get the position. You can recall what you put on this application without looking at it. But it's like somebody wanting to know, like, your purpose for wanting to join our team. Why do you want to be part of this establishment? Why do you want to be part of this team? Oh, where I got, such and such and such, or I know and so used to be here, or I heard so much about this, or, whatever the case may be. Okay? But they want to know what your reason is for applying with us. What brought you, here to want to be part of our team? What made you want to collaborate, work with us? Just being honest, you know what I'm saying? But it's like somebody, two of swords in reverse, like somebody could have possibly, didn't know what to do with something. When they got the, yeah. And somebody's creativity is blocked in a way because they focus a lot on negative shit. Or like somebody trying to call a star, somebody that's saying a star is not a star. hmm I feel like somebody watches somebody work, or they watch what somebody does for work, or something like that. Clarify this two of swords in reverse. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Somebody real, I would say, somebody own what they say they own. You know what I'm saying? It's just like somebody else don't like the fact that um somebody get clear communication and somebody else fucking don't. Somebody else don't. Somebody else is dealing with a creative block. You know what I'm saying? And it's like sending somebody in to get information to see what somebody else doing. Even if this is like a past person person, wanting to come in, to take you off your, what I'm saying, off focus of what you working on. Wanting to come in. Like, they don't have to come in personally. They could just want to invade your damn space, your energy. You know what I'm saying? Could be, like I said, a low vibrational Taurus film is at the top of the deck. But you got a nine of cups at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Like somebody's dealing with, some dissatisfaction, like a underachievement. You know what I'm saying? Lack of success in something. Especially if they had, other opportunities, or these are missed opportunities that they may have had with outside people, outside, success that may not have, came from something was not successful at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, these cups could be opportunities that just failed. Like, they may have used a lot of different opportunities, a lot of different ways. You know what I'm saying? Got the Magician at the bottom of the deck behind it in reverse. So whatever somebody was doing, it's like it never got them the results that they thought they were going to get from something. So they may have tried this, you know what I'm saying, wanting to come in and knock you off focus, like somebody coming in wanting to take you off your square, you know what I'm saying, and fucked around and found out they can't. You can't. Somebody can't do it to you. You can't do it. It just can't be fucking done. And if God don't do it, it just won't get done. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like somebody manifests or they communicate based on a negative way of thinking. With this Magician in reverse, somebody is very deceptive. Like, they reasons for doing what they do, or whatever rituals, death rituals somebody does, or whatever it is somebody do, they do it with ill intent. What they want to come from it, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to put in the work, or because they, want to make a decision, easier, because I want a quick fix, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have to do much work to get the results, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like somebody wants to know what another person's ideas are. What are they thinking about doing? Like, an emperor could be thinking about doing something, you know what I'm saying? Making plans. They want to know your ring size, okay? Let's say they got a third party. It could be family, it could be ex-lover or something like that, or somebody that they may have not really considered, how, to what extent somebody would go to sabotage something, or to get information, or to get them to change their damn mind altogether, about going in the direction they're going in. So they keeping, whatever ideas or whatever it is you're working on, or whatever it is you're doing, who you're doing it with, where you're doing it at, what time you're doing it, you're keeping it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is a project, or it's something that you're working on, or something somebody else is working on when it comes to you, Virgo, or this is something you working on, but it's like somebody keeping it to themselves. But it's, a lot of people talking, asking questions, amongst themselves, or it's something that they conversing with other people talking about. But this King of Wands is like somebody that's, looking at how they once were. Like, this Emperor maybe at one time a King of Wands in reverse. And they made, some decisions based on, a whole lot of different information, given to them at one time, or something that they feel like, they just been in a lot of, mental turmoil about, when it comes to somebody's, boundaries. How far they can go with somebody, and where they, have to get on and get the fuck off it. You know what I'm saying? So this is clear communication. Like, somebody can also be, very clever, when it comes to how they talk. They could be a slick talker. Like, somebody may have said something to put somebody in their head a lot about things, or gave them a whole lot of information about something without. Because I'm getting, Virgo, this right here got me going. I got to get past this shit. Because it's like a lot going on right up in here. Because it's like somebody got some information, a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody made some clear communication, said what it is to you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody said some things, made some clear communication, and it put somebody damn near in their place. Or it's going to. Because I feel like, somebody realizing now, that how well, somebody is put together. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have mastered yourself. Somebody could have mastered themselves. You know what I'm saying? Be happy with where they working at, what they doing with work and stuff now. But Nine of Cups in reverse, the Magician in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Like somebody now gonna have to, you know what I'm saying? It could have been some poor planning, could have been a bad investment, that just went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was in somebody or something. But there's some chances that got missed, you know what I'm saying, when it came to somebody actually having some type of success in something. Whatever was said, it cleared up something that maybe had somebody else, if they felt like they were getting some mixed signals or something like that, mixed emotions or mixed communication or something like that, or seeing that somebody was, being indecisive and shit like that. Clarify distorted masculine due to backfire death rituals. Clarify messages for Virgo. Yeah, you got the Knight of Swords with the Empress in reverse. Taurus energy. I'm telling you, I don't lie. My cards don't lie. Listen, you got Taurus film in reverse at the top of this damn makeshift deed. Just sitting here in reverse. And this damn Empress in reverse. Taurus energy in reverse. And this don't have to be a distorted masculine. It could be a distorted, feminine. But a distorted feminine could have, did some bullshit, you know what I'm saying, to a masculine. Or they did something, when it came to, these death rituals, and it's something that backfire, and it doesn't happen to their situation. Like they said, when it came to people doing love spells and, binding spells, and shit like that, or doing, different stuff on people, you know what I'm saying? A lot of witchy shit back and forth on each other, and we seen, what that shit can do. It been said, it been told, it been explained, and some practitioners be telling people what the fuck, the business is in the first place. They be getting told. It's some decent ass practitioners out here that be telling folks, and if they don't listen to them practitioners, there's people online like the Black Cauldron, shout out to her, like a lot of different people, that Black Witch Yaya, a lot of people be out here telling folks what it is, what it ain't. They go against the grain and try to do their shit themselves, and it causes them, they demise. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, close enough to it, because when that shit is found out, it has somebody, pissed, but at the same time, they well aware, like where they going, how they doing. This is somebody that's very aggressive. Knight of Swords energy. Like this is somebody, that's very determined. Very determined. Like this is somebody that's, making accomplishments, like, wanting to seize the moment. A lot of determination. And they did this because I feel like somebody, heart chakra is activated. Like somebody could have did this on a divine union. You know what I'm saying? When it came to somebody possibly being with somebody's person. or something like that. Like they be telling folks, like if you be sitting your ass in a karmic cycle with somebody and all y'all doing is back and forth, I've seen too many times. People like, oh, people just don't get us. We always have had, our little spat, our did, our moments. Not every, union is perfect, but it shouldn't be deadly. It shouldn't be unless that's in y'all chart to what I'm saying, have passed away and went on to glory together. If that's something y'all both wrote in y'all chart before coming here in the ethers in that realm, then yes, you know what I'm saying. It may not need to make sense. It don't need to make sense to nobody else. But if you put it in that chart for you and your divine partner to, be called to glory at the same damn time, then nobody can, dispute what you and that person put in y'all chart to do. But you cannot just go back and renege on that damn chart and decide you're going to take that person because it's better nobody else have them, if you ain't going to be able to have them. If you know what I'm saying, the results of that shit is not very good at all. It's not good for people. And just because your family used to, seeing the bickering back and forth with people you get with, it's just like, it's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? It's not something you can put on a damn tombstone either. When they got along, they fought sometimes, but they still, they end up making back up. Yeah, who paying for all them damn letters? Who paying for all that to be put on there? It's $2 a letter. However, child, in that movie Kingdom Come, when it was like, it's $2 a letter. We can take care of that. We can handle that. Some of us ain't got 2 nickels to rub together. Okay, but yeah, somebody coming in, or they taking the season a moment, some big changes. Like somebody got a lot of mental conflict going on about a Queen of Pentacles, a healer. It's like somebody want to come back toward another person, to make something right. This Empress in reverse could be an Emperor in reverse. But I feel like somebody, there's an Empress in reverse at the bottom of this deck that is very, much dealing with some insecurities. They did this to keep this person, for themselves. And it's like now, somebody didn't want to lose in this battle, this competition. And now somebody battling, all kind of damn demons right now. 5 of Wands. Leo energy. Like somebody battling a lot of different, ops right now, especially when it comes to them having arguments and things like that. Like this shit done backfire. Like whatever they wanted to happen between them, this person, this emperor and you, it's happening. This distortion, done backfired. You know what I'm saying? And whatever it was supposed to do to a feminine, what they wanted to do to a masculine, it done, cause them to go through what they going through with this person while they distorted. Like somebody dealing with your person, or you dealing with somebody dealing with another person's person in a distorted version of themselves. Like somebody done manipulated somebody's free will so damn much that it done, it's like divine intervention. Like the Most High done had to step in and possibly like cause, a chain of events to happen for somebody to move the fuck on. Like get the fuck out that person's energy. Like get away from them. Because I feel like somebody now, they dealing with some type of creative block. They done did something too much. I'm going to abuse their power. Abuse their gifts, whatever they got left of them. Like this is somebody, that got some ways about them that's very suffocating, but they are overly dependent. They overly dependent on another. It's like somebody using another person as like a portal. Like an energy vampire. Like this is a happiness hater, but they also could be like a damn soul snatcher, because this is like somebody that wants to like distort the wrong, like somebody want to distort the way somebody sees something so that they can continuously pull from somebody's confusion and keeping them low vibrational, keeping them, at a stalemate to where they can't make a decision without clarity. And if they do make a decision, they don't know if it's the results of something until something breaks. And now you looking at how your life is, like, damn, and now you seeing something like in real time, you like, damn, I would have never did that though. Like, that's how I can tell they did something. Because I would have never did that shit, man. That's what I'm hearing. Like, why would I do that person like that, man? Like, who don't want somebody like this? Or who don't want a job doing this, making that? You know what I'm saying? Why would I pass that job up? It's like that. That's that distortion. You know what I'm saying? That done happen with somebody now where it's like somebody done backfired on them. What's the Ace of Swords? I mean the Knight of Swords. What's the Knight of Swords? Distorted masculine due to backfired death rituals. Distorted masculine due to backfired death rituals. What's the Knight of Swords? Clarify the Knight of Swords. Messages for Virgo. What's the Knight of Swords? Clarify the Knight of Swords. Messages for Virgo. What's the Knight of Swords? Distorted masculine due to backfired rituals. Show me this distorted masculine due to backfired death rituals. Messages for Virgo. Show me this distorted masculine due to backfired death rituals. Could be an empress as well. Got the Ace of Swords. Fear said that's the truth. And it's like Seven of Pentacles still at the... This is a distorted empress. I know the cards say masculine, but Spirit said that's the truth. What's the Knight of Swords? What's the Ace of Swords? Somebody got it. But this is the beginning of some conflict now when it comes to this decision, like this awakening, this emotional, you know what I'm saying, development, spiritual growth. Clarity, sound decision, like it's gonna cause some, a shift for somebody. What's the Knight of Swords? Hold on. What's the Knight of Swords? Yeah. You got the Wheel of Fortune. Pisces energy. So somebody now, is on the good side of karma. When it comes to, the cycle, the way something, naturally, has to go. And I feel like, this is like destiny for somebody, good fortune. Like this is, causing a turning point for somebody now. I'm telling you, it's divine intervention. It's like something had to happen in order for something new to begin. Can't make it up. You got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck with the Tower and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and then there's a breakup with this Lovers in reverse. Because somebody's seeing somebody, child, in the Moon in reverse. Like somebody's seeing, something clearly now why something was the way it is. It was. And somebody realizing, what it is. And it's like shit done fell all down around somebody now. What's the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords? This is just for Virgo. What's the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords? What's the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords? Somebody got some answers now when it comes to them having to make a decision about something. But it's going to, I feel like it's going to cause a tower, but a good one. What's the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Swords? What's the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Swords? Clarify. Four of Swords in reverse. Libra energy. Like somebody feel like, there's like some stagnation. Six of Swords with the Queen of Wands, Nine of Swords. Yeah, somebody having a lot of damn nightmares and stuff like that. Like in their head a lot about, this communication, like, whatever these rituals, may have caused somebody. Like it's gonna cause somebody to have like a lot of damn nightmares. It's like somebody going through like a dark night of the soul or some shit. Cause it's like now somebody constantly in their head about somebody starting over, like starting anew. Like leaving old shit behind, you know what I'm saying? Like just taking off, you know what I'm saying, doing something by themselves. This is like somebody, feeling like the longer somebody don't talk to another person, like they feel like, this is like keeping something stagnant. Like there's some stagnation, that somebody is like dealing with. If somebody not dealing well with somebody not talking to them, or somebody not dealing well with the fact that they can't connect to another person, like somebody, dealing with a lot of restlessness, because of, somebody walking away, you know what I'm saying, moving on to calmer waters, like just, putting the past behind them, especially, they feeling some type of relief, from something. Or you could have felt, somebody feels some type of relief, by something, possibly, um, being released or like getting some information about something that leaves something behind. Because I feel like, when it comes to this distorted masculine, there's, the fact that somebody's heart chakra is activated. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to them getting the answers or seeing that, they got some clarity about what direction or what, they really feel now, or how they see something now, or how they have experienced, something, that has enlightened them, and also, um, giving them, the answers they needed to make a sound decision. But when it comes to them not being able to communicate with you, especially if they feel like there's a disconnect, like you call for your energy back, you know what I'm saying, your protection back from this person, it's like somebody is how you call it's like somebody like in need of like some type of like the longer somebody don't talk to you or see you or something like that, it's like they feel like, they don't know how long they can deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody did some type of death ritual to keep people from coming towards you, talking to you, getting with you, hollering at you or something like that, like it backfired. And now it's like causing, that person to do them that way. Or them being done that way by you now. Like something backfired. Whoever did this. Whoever did this, it caused, whoever this person was dealing with and did this to them, like it caused somebody. It's an empress. I know it's a masculine, but it could be a masculine in they feminine energy. Just because they done been compromised or they dealing with an imbalance, or they were. Because the only card in reverse is this Four of Swords. Somebody can't rest because they ain't talk to you, and they feel like that's keeping them from making some type of progress with you. Or it's got you this way because it's got somebody that way. Okay, Virgo, like somebody is definitely dealing with that no communication, no contact, especially after they done got some information. Especially if you got somebody got some information about you, you got some, and like you ain't talked to that person since, like they've been bothered by that shit. Or you got some clarity, or they got some clarity about something, or you got something about them, but it's like, the more you maybe don't talk to somebody or something like that, it's keeping somebody, restless. Especially if it's happened at a time when somebody walked away gracefully, moved on. You know what I'm saying? Like they went through a transition. And somebody could be making themselves, ill behind the fact of these death rituals. Like somebody could have made themselves ill. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like somebody didn't want another person to move on. Whether they didn't want this masculine to move on to somebody else, this emperor, or somebody didn't want another person to move on and possibly give somebody else an offer that they feel like they were more deserving of, or they put so much work into that they feel like it should have went to them. What's this Four of Swords in reverse about? We're gonna close out. What's the Four of Swords in reverse about? Messages for Virgo. What's this Four of Swords in reverse about? Yeah. Three of Swords. Somebody upset. They heartbroken. Like there's a loss here. Somebody be dealing with heart problems. Or they going through some type of emotional pain. Like something, got somebody like down for real. Like you got the Five of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Like somebody want to come in, possibly, compromise or resolve some type of, come to some type of solution to some type of conflict. Or they want a reconciliation, you know what I'm saying, to put the past, you know what I'm saying, could be dealing with some past resentment by how something was, or the fact that they, took something the way they did, or how something turned out, especially if that's not really what they wanted. Now somebody say, man, I wanted that person for myself. I just didn't want it to end like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want it to be something that, yeah. You know how somebody really likes somebody, they really love them, but they, they go to the extreme to keep that person with them. And then, when they sat down or they, within 42, 78 hours, they by themselves and they, able to really clear their mind and, calm down. And they look back at their situation or they show it to them on camera, CCC, TV or whatever. And they look at it like, damn, I can't believe I did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Like, that don't even seem like that was being myself. Like, exactly. Like, somebody want to, compromise. They want to come in and, possibly, reconcile, whatever the differences was. Like, if somebody was dealing with somebody doing this to them, manipulating them and shit like that, yeah, you could have this person blocked. Eight of Swords. What's the overall outcome in this situation moving forward? Messages for Virgo. What's the overall outcome? And one card moving forward. What's the overall outcome moving forward? Future actions moving forward in this situation. What's the overall outcome? You got the High Priestess. With the Death at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Clarify the High Priestess. Well, somebody coming in with a lot of passion. Like somebody sees that Virgo, like somebody coming in or you coming in with a lot of passion, but somebody sees now, like they seen, what they needed to see. Like they see, whatever the secrets were, or they know you seen some secrets, or they know that you're very intuitive. You know what I'm saying? They know that you know. They know that you know what I'm saying, are aware. You tapped in. They know this. You know what I'm saying? But somebody's coming in, possibly with a lot of determination, when it comes to them wanting to come in and protect you, protect the Empress. What's the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands? Clarify the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands. What's the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands? Moving forward, future actions. What's the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands? The Knight of Wands. What's the High Priestess with the Knight of Wands? Death fell on the damn floor. It fell on the floor in the upright though this time. Like somebody could be, changing, putting down that old version of themselves, letting the old ways in them, fall away. Somebody heart chakra activated. Yeah. They may have, didn't have self-discipline. They lacked that self-control in the past and things like that. Made them easy to manipulate, especially if they didn't feel like, they had it in them to like face some of the shit that they put themselves in. You know what I'm saying? Some of the shit that a lot of these bad choices caused. And it may have caused them to be in alignment with a lot of, low down shit that was, you know what I'm saying, probably a part of their lifestyle too. But somebody went in the hermit. Or you could went in the hermit. Yeah. I feel like you're going to be shocked by somebody's change too, Virgo. Well, they're going to be shocked by yours. But I'm going to end it here. Make sure you guys hit that like, that subscribe button on your way out. This is Divine Eye Mystic Tarot. This message is for Virgo. So hopefully it helps. It resonates in some way, shape, form, or fashion. This is a general message, so you know what it is. Until next time, you guys, I love you. Bye.